Hey everyone, this is my Patreon pod reaction to the 11th episode of Seiken no Blacksmith. And last episode, we had a bit of a bomb dropped on us near the end of the episode. You know, for one thing, we had talk of Arya because she's a magic sword, and magic sword's purpose is to kill God, to kill Val, and Lisa has that Val blood. Arya's gonna want to kill Lisa at some point. That is pretty terrible news. Hopefully that's not completely true, or at the very least, hopefully we could deal with that somehow. But on top of that, we had the whole thing of Luke, and we already kind of knew about the whole Val blood and Lisa thing. I think that was kind of implied before when the other magic sword girl showed up. She was obviously trying to kill her and stuff like that. So they did kind of heavily imply it before, but full on confirmation there. In addition to all this stuff about Luke making Lisa as demon to escape, just all that. Like, I don't quite know what all that meant. That was a lot to just kind of throw at us. Hopefully we can get some clarification on this, maybe hear some of Luke's side of this, because all we really heard was the enemy tell the story, and they're usually never fully truthful on that kind of stuff. So yeah, hopefully we can get some more details on that so I can kind of better understand exactly what this Lisa situation is like. So let's get into the episode and see if any of that happens. So 3, 2, 1, play. Birds. Okay, so that was a graveyard. Elsa, yeah, that was her name. Now I feel bad I forgot it. That would be lovely. Just don't kill me. I guess it can't be helped then. It's gonna be a depressing episode, I guess, as well, isn't it? Opening... Yep. I can feel it coming. So we're not talking about anything just yet. But things are definitely awkward amongst our group right now, which makes sense. Remember when they were in this show? Good times. Really hate having to use these stupid earbuds. My new headphones are supposed to arrive tomorrow, so... Yeah, stand back up. Never let the bad guy keep you down. Then stab him. The key to victory. Stand up and stab. Really can't go wrong with it. And truth, truth. Just truth twice. Anything you want to talk about? It's not an easy thing to do. It's a very unique situation. Not to mention delicate. Why not? We're all friends. Would have been nice to have food together. They found you. Well, yeah, but things are better after we got a couple of new cute girls in our lives, as it usually is in anime. Just don't fall. I'm really nervous about that, actually. I just wanted more details on that situation. Oh, really? You didn't tell anyone else? I just kind of consider magic swords their own existence, really. I could not ever be afraid of either of you. Yeah, I definitely don't see her any differently. Lisa is still Lisa. So let's go have food with them now. Yeah, let's go check on Lisa. Give her a hug, maybe a head pat. She has a name, thank you. Yeah, that's not a friendly face at all. How are we gonna handle this one? Just start swinging our sword? Because it's probably not the best idea. So is it the same blonde character that stands next to Siegfried in the opening? Because I thought that was a guy for the longest time, but that clearly is a female voice. It's mad bad. I was trying to stab him and they stopped me. It was horrible. Just look at the man, he clearly looks evil. Who needs proof? He's still a horrible person. You are the wrong one. Yeah, this isn't gonna help anything. We really should handle this a bit more tactfully, whatever the word is. You just keep pissing people off, don't you? Oh. See, Cecily, that's how you handle it. For now. Well, of course, we'll take care of him later. bit odd to have to invite somebody to a meeting that's, you know, suppose they try to kill you. I wouldn't say that. There has been no pillow talk, thank you very much. Let's take a look. I was too busy with pillow talk, what can I say? Because she's cute. Yeah, these people are just starting to get under my skin, too. But again, we can't just stab people, Cicely. Yeah. Is that not obvious? Let's see you make a sword, huh? You just want to get smacked, don't you? It's like they're just trying to be assholes. I don't understand why. No wonder he doesn't feel motivation to make a sword for these jerks. Does he? Okay, so he made a demon contract. I should have been able to guess that. I hate you so much. Yeah, there's clearly more to the story we haven't delved into yet. Hey Lisa, I'm glad you weren't at that meeting. It does take a little bit for something like that to sink in. Now we hug. Why am I whipping him until he does it? Because their blacksmiths suck. Hi. Just the way he throws it at the end of the sentence. I think I'm a bit done with these meetings. Could we do something else now? Like anything else? I think it'd be better if you had your head chopped off. I'd like to see Cecily do it. Oh, this doesn't look good. Oh, there's the blonde character. So clearly for Siegfried. Although, could have guessed that much. You can't just yell whatever's on your mind in a meeting, especially if you're not at the top of the totem pole. So let's have Luke explain it, because he still really hasn't yet. Yeah, I definitely noticed that. They are very different people. I think we really need to talk to Luke. I think this is what a lot of this boils down to. What did you figure out? Oh no, what are you gonna do now? Yeah, but we have time for yours. Is it truth that Lisa did the contract? The demon contract? Okay. I was right. Now you're just kind of reaching, man. You keep wanting proof and evidence, don't you? Well, this is an anime, that's why I needed to be a small, cute girl. She's a very helpful existence. Wow, that was actually a full shot, okay. Apparently she understands better than anyone else. Cecily really is in the best position to understand all this. Love that camera zoom out there. I see you got a kick out of that. Now we stab him with it. Just walk on the table. I guess he doesn't mind. And his sword's gonna be the one that gets broken, right? Oh! Whoa! Man, you just almost got murdered. Too bad. And just like that, your sword sucked. So yeah, clearly it was still a pretty good sword, just not up to his, you know, standards. I think he pretty much nailed it on the head. Literally, I've wrote in his eyes now. Yes, that girl right over there. You know, the blushing and smiling one. Okay, back to Death Mountain. Oh. Oh my god. That is horrifying. So is that. Yeah, this escalated. You're just such a villain, aren't you? It's a shame you don't have a mustache tutorial. Well, if there was any doubt he's the bad guy, got cleared up there, didn't it? I'm glad that Cecily kind of got to redeem herself there at the end. You know, because her previous outbursts at that meeting didn't go so well. You know, it wasn't exactly helpful. So it was good that she got to shine at the end there. Okay, that's the end. Alright, that was the 11th episode of Seiken no Blacksmith. And this was a pretty good episode. Now, fairly early on, we had a scene of our group just kind of pretty much just showing just how awkward things have become, right? Because we had all that information revealed at the end of last episode, and knowing that Lisa's a demon, although in the end, you know, friendship prevails and all that, there's of course going to be like an initial period of awkwardness, you know? Because if you find out your friend's a demon, it's not like, oh, well, that's cool, and then you just continue the conversation. That's not how that works. You need some time to really come to terms with that, and we had that this episode. But in the end, she realized the important thing, you know, is that it doesn't change anything. I mean, she's always been a demon, and we've always been friends, so yeah, it doesn't really change anything, you know? So, it's all good. We also had Arya mention that she's a demon, like magic swords are demons. I think we, like, half knew that. I mean, with the way they were talking about it, yeah, that they are kind of like demonic swords in a way. But, you know, Arya's cool, so no real issue with that. I'm just glad Cecily didn't fall off that cliff, because I was a little bit worried about that, to be honest. And then we had the scene where friggin' Siegfried comes over to the meeting, and Cecily kind of tries to attack him, because of course she does, you know? He's a straight-up bad guy, you know? She's a knight. Knights kill bad guys. So, you know, although it's not a good thing to do in this specific context, because he's like, you know, an important person, you know, representative coming here under official circumstances to go to the meeting. You can't just run up there and stab him without explaining anything to anyone, you know, with no proof of anything. Like, but that's just who Cecily is, you know. She's very straightforward. It's, you know, it's who she is, you know. I don't know a super nice way to say it, but, you know, she moves first, asks questions later a lot of the time, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, she's not allowed to stab him right now. She'll get her chance. I'm almost positive she'll get her chance to stab him later. Maybe next episode. Because next episode, clearly things are getting violent, so it's a good chance to stab people, usually. But yeah, Siegfried straight up, you know, made sure to have Cecily as part of the meeting, which is a little bit odd because, like I said, generally you don't want somebody that tried to assassinate you just chilling in the same room as you, right? You know, minutes afterwards. That's usually not a common thing, so I was kind of confused why he wanted her there, but by the end of it, I mean, it was pretty clear. He wanted her there because he knew how she would react to the meeting, and it would only, you know, hurt herself and Luke more than anything else, and he knew that. So, you know, just, he's just so hateable. I just want him to die. I'm almost positive he will before the show's over. So if we could hurry up and get to that would be great. But, yeah, just lots of Cecily outbursts because, you know, the other people in the meeting were just assholes to Luke, you know? Just way more than they needed to be. It was just, it's really definitely hard to just sit there and be quiet over that sort of thing, especially, you know, for somebody with Cecily's personality and somebody who doesn't have much experience in meetings in general, where it's important to, you know, stay quiet and not speak out of turn and all that, you know? So it just wasn't a great environment for her, a great situation for her. At all. And, yeah, it hurt my heart seeing Lisa cry this episode, you know. She talks about all these things that are just mostly assumptions of how Luke feels, because obviously Luke doesn't open up that much, really. So that's why I was kind of talking about how we needed to have a good talk with Luke, but even without that, Cecily seemed to have figured out a lot, you know. She had this moment when she was like, that's it, like she figured something out. I wasn't quite sure what she was referring to there, although I kind of knew. Like, because they were talking about the whole wanting to protect her, wanting to protect him thing, through that, it kind of clicked in my head that maybe, you know, Lisa was the one that did the demon contract thing. So, it turns out that's what Cecily figured out as well. So we were kind of on the same page. I just wasn't sure if we were or not until she said it, but we clearly were. And then she just went to the meeting and completely just said everything. Everything that's going on, how Lisa felt, what Lisa did, all that stuff. And Cecily, you know, she does have some similarities with Lisa, for sure, you know. So if anyone had a chance of really understanding the whole situation, it would be Cecily. So did a great job on that. And just, yeah, that scene we got kind of like as part of the, you know, the flashback things with the giant tentacles just tearing her apart that's always unpleasant to see, for sure. But yeah, you can see the little light fly off and become what I guess is the Lisa we know today. And yeah, definitely, I think that's the first time we really like saw the full Lisa like that. So, you know, so that's nice. And just like that, we finally got like the full answer to what happened, really, which is good because, you know, I knew what they gave us initially wasn't the whole story, so I'm glad we finally have a much better picture of the situation. And Luke's sword, you know, there's been a lot of talk about Luke's, you know, not finishing the sword on time and failures and stuff like that, but it seems like the more the issue was just they weren't up to his, you know, standards. They were all, it was still an excellent sword, you know. What he brought and he said was unfinished or whatever was clearly a just amazing sword, because when friggin' Siegfried tried to chop it, his sword was the one that got cut in half, so yeah, let's see how the blacksmiths make that. I do like how the one sword almost just murdered that old guy, but he just barely did not get just right to the head, you know. It's a shame, really. I do love how just visibly butthurt Siegfried looked after that, so that was great. Unfortunately, the end of the episode was not so great because we have demons and stuff attacking and fire and smoke and Siegfried standing up somewhere monologuing to himself, an evil monologue. So yeah, we're gonna have to deal with that next episode. But as long as it ends with us killing him, it's all good. And I think that's all I got to say on the episode, really. It was a good episode, really. And I think the next episode is the last episode. I'm almost sure on that. I'll double check that real quick. That was episode 11, right? Yeah, next episode is the last episode. So, so we just gotta wrap things up next episode. So, look forward to seeing how they do that. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki and Ryan for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.